Hey YouTube, it's your girl Chic, and I'm here to bring another interesting topic to you all tonight. Topic's gonna be cheating and black men. But before we get into all that, if you could like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, so therefore when I load videos, you'll be notified. So let's get started. I'm calling this video hashtag Black Men Don't Cheat. Yes. So recently I was in a discussion with both men and women, and the topic of cheating and black men came up. So the question is, do black men cheat more than men in other groups, ethnicity groups, racial groups, whatever you want to call it? Do black men cheat more than white men, Asian men, Hispanic men, Ethiopian men, Cambodian men? Do black men cheat more? So that's the question. Also, I would like to explore the whys behind why someone may think that black men cheat more than the next man. So let's start with my personal opinion. I feel men of all racial, ethnicities, like of all groups cheat. I just think they all cheat. I'm not going to say all men within those groups cheat, but I believe that men within different social class cheat. I think rich men cheat, poor men cheat. I really don't think that it's based around money. I don't think it's based around looks, any of that. I just think that it's just you either cheat or you don't. So you really can't judge, discriminate, predict. But I will say, I believe that the reason why some may believe that black men cheat more than any other group is because black men marry at the lowest rates in comparison to other groups. Blacks, men, women, in general, we don't marry in as high numbers as other groups. So I think that some people could probably have the misconception that, okay, well, if a man is choosing to not marry and formally commit, then there's something wrong as far as his level of commitment. Like, okay, maybe he doesn't want to marry because he has multiple relationships, multiple children with multiple women, many different reasons, but there's a lot of reasons why people choose to not marry. So I don't think that you can necessarily base someone's decision to marry or not marry based on their level of commitment, because I'm sure we all can think of plenty of people who are in committed relationships across different, cultural groups who maybe choose not to marry, but they're very committed to one another. They have children, some may not, but you really can't base it off of that. I think that because someone is married, for example, if we look at a male who is of the white group or the Caucasian group, just because they're married, I think one may automatically assume that that man is faithful to his wife because he's married. I do not think that just because someone's married means that they're actually committed to that person who they're married to. I think you have plenty of people who are married who aren't in committed relationships. You just can't judge it based on paper. And I don't think that it's fair that just because a male chooses to not marry, that he's looked at as being not as committed to the relationship as the next man who is married. So therefore you want to put the label on him as being a cheater. I don't think that's fair at all. I think that black men could be viewed as one who cheats more than other groups because he has babies in higher numbers outside of marriage than other groups. So for example, a black man may be in a relationship with a woman and he has children with her, and he may step out and maybe cheat and make more children. I think the difference between the black man and a man of other cultural groups is A lot of times with it, as they say, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I think that black men can be sloppy about theirs. I will say that. You don't typically, it's not the norm that you hear about other cultural groups where the man went outside of the home and he made multiple children on his wife. And some chick, you're not hearing about Becky knocking on Mary Bell's door saying, here's your stepdaughter. My daughter is your husband's daughter. Like, you don't really hear stories like that, but you will hear that Keisha done knocked on Wanda's door and said, meet your little stepdaughter Sierra. I'm just saying, a lot of times, you know, you may have heard of stories like that, but a man will make children outside of the relationship that they're in. So there you go. Black men cheat. So just because, what I feel is though, just because the male does step out of the relationship and make babies and have children, you know, create families outside of the home that he shares with his actual girlfriend who he appears to be committed to, I don't think that that means that he cheats more than Bob Luke, who didn't make a baby outside of the home. I don't think so at all. Again, as I say, it's not what you do, is how you do it. And I just think that men of other cultural groups, I just think that they're maybe more strategic about it. They're per se smarter about it, as in, okay, well, if I'm going to step out of the house, I'm going to at least maybe wear a condom to make sure that I'm not impregnating the other woman. So therefore, she's not having a baby. Now, we do know stories we've heard with celebrities where there was a baby made. But I'm just talking about in general. More often than not, we hear about the stories where it's within our community versus the other community. So I don't think that the number of children the man has equates to one cheating more than the other. I don't think so at all, because just because you have sex with someone doesn't always mean that a child is produced or a child is made. I mean, people have sex every day. Just because you have sex doesn't mean that the woman is going to get pregnant. It happens a lot of times, but then, you know, it's not a guarantee. So I just think that black men, when they cheat, they're not smart about it. It's like, okay, well, if you're going to do wrong, at least take every step that you can to try to protect yourself or do what you can to at least keep it a secret. Because, of course, if Keisha gets pregnant, then, okay, well, there go the secret. I mean, it's out. Everybody know about it. If you're a celebrity, it's in the tabloids, you know. She's asking for a DNA test. I mean, your business is out there. And as I say, with other cultural groups, it's not a lot of cases where we can say where it was put out there that Luke Perry, you know, made a baby on Becky Sue. Like, you ain't hearing that. And I think just because you're not hearing stories like that, it's a false impression that they cheat less, when it's not. I just think that they're smarter about it. Because look at, I mean, we hear the person who had the highest position in the country, Bill Clinton, he was caught cheating. He's a rich man. He's a white man. So what makes him any different as far as his level of cheating in comparison to, say, the black man, like a rapper Future? Like, really? As I say, it's the difference is how you do it. Future, because there's a bunch of kids in play, then, you know, it makes it obvious. Okay, clearly you had your hand in the cookie jar. But Bill over here, you're not hearing about babies all over the place. So therefore, it gives the false pretense that either the cheating's not happening or it's not happening as much. And that's not true. We all know that. And what I don't like to hear is for someone to just make a generalized statement that we're a worse group than the other groups. And basically just because of how we choose to be more open about our wrongful doings. I just don't think that that just makes us any worse than the next group. It's just that our, let's just say, questionable acts are highlighted more than the next person's. So just because there's more of a flashlight on your situation, it doesn't mean that someone else over here isn't experiencing the same type of situation. I mean, it really don't have anything to do with it. It's just that, all eyes are on you. But if you really raise your head and take a look around, you see it happening in different groups. And I just really feel like if we spoke to people in different cultural groups, they'll have a lot of the same concerns. Like, I just feel like if I was in a room and sat around a table with a white woman, Hispanic woman, an Asian woman, there'll be plenty of things that we'll all be able to relate to when it comes to relationship and men. I just think that we would, and I just think that it's unfortunate that the finger is pointed at our cultural group for misdeeds that other cultural groups also partake in. Like, I don't think it's fair. And I think it's irresponsible for one who has a platform where there's a lot of people listening to the things that they say to put out information, generalized information that feeds into many of the stereotypes that exist within our community. I think we have a lot that we already deal with, and for a statement to be said is, okay, well, Black men cheat more than the next group because our home is broken. Like, I don't think that's fair at all. I don't like it. And I just think that that person really needs to think deep and talk to some other people, as I say, in particular other cultural groups, to listen to what their struggles are. Because just because you've experienced struggles within your group, that does not negate that other people have experienced struggles in their group. I think that's just a sign that one needs to open up their mind and look outside of their little, house, and acknowledge that other people have struggles too, and not just you. And just because you see the struggles within your community, that doesn't mean that those struggles are only isolated for your community. Again, we're in 2020. We have to stop. We have to have more conversations with one another and just have an open mind, and not think that one person, one group is better than the next. I think that we all have our imperfections, and I think that we all deserve a chance to grow, to improve in whatever area that, we're working on or that we're trying to develop more in. I just don't think that one should be judged more harshly than the other for a same or similar act. I just don't think it's fair. And I know from, as I say, I talk to people all the time. This channel is about life advice, and I come to you because I engage daily in conversations, deep conversations about life struggles, the good and the bad. And pretty much that's what prompted me to develop this channel, because I wanted to bring it to you all, because people bring it to me. So I said, okay, well, let me bring it to you on YouTube. Again, if you could, like, share, subscribe, comment. I would love to hear what you have to say on this topic, and particularly people who aren't of the African American community. I mean, if you can contest to, people within your cultural group also cheating, men also cheating, because we have some people out there who think that it's just a Black thing. And I think anyone with a common sense knows it is not just a Black thing. So I'd love to hear what you have to say. Also, men, how do you feel about it? Since, if you're a man, and maybe you have cheated before. I mean, I think you have a lot of people in general who have cheated before. They may not be cheating anymore, but they may have cheated before, and they're in different cultural groups and they no longer cheat. They're with someone else, or they grew. I think people can change, and I think that's across different cultural groups, so everyone deserves a chance. So if I have a bad situation or a bad experience with Andre within my cultural group, I can very well have a bad experience with Michael in another cultural group. You have to judge people for who they are, not, okay, well, just because this Black man, hurt my feelings, gave me an STD, F all Black men. I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that. I think that if you truly want to date outside of your race, just leave it at that. I don't think that it calls for you to have to down your own cultural group just to justify your reasoning as to why you choose to date outside of your race. I mean, it's your prerogative. You really don't owe anyone an explanation, but I certainly don't think that you need to down your own cultural group. I don't think that it's necessary. I think it's very hurtful and disrespectful, and it makes you look crazy because it's really not necessary. And pretty much most people kind of feel like it's not necessary. You like who you like, you love who you love, point blank, period. It is what it is. So yeah, that was on my mind. I was heading to the mall, and Neil's song "Good Man" it came on, and we all know his background, and he's a married man right now, and he has a song. If you haven't heard it, go out there and listen to it. It's like a slow jam, but I believe it's called "Good Man." And he's just talking about, I just want to be a good man. And he is a black man. So, again, hashtag black men don't cheat. Basically, hashtag men of all cultural groups are capable of cheating, just as women of all cultural groups are capable of cheating. So, let me know what you think about all of this. I know you've probably heard some other people in conversation online about this. It's certainly a topic that really I've thought long and hard about, because I just didn't like it. And, as a black woman who come across good black men all the time, men who take care of their family, their children, a black woman who has a good man who takes care of his family, who shows his wife loves on his kids, I don't think that it's fair for him to be placed in a blanketed statement of, okay, all black men cheat or most black men cheat, because I don't even think most black men cheat. I just think that people are just capable, point blank, period. I mean, that's it is. People are just capable. We're human. People are capable of anything. So I definitely believe, one can never say what someone would never do. You can only say what you hope they wouldn't do. I mean, that's all you can do. So let me know your thoughts. Yeah. So if you could, just leave them in the comment section. I'll read them. Also, if you could share, like, subscribe, hit the notification button. But, yeah, I want to bring this one to you. I thought this was a good one. I had to sit on the floor for this one. But, yeah, that's what I have for you guys. So that's something for you all to marinate on. And I'll be checking into the comments to see, what you all had to say. But, yeah, I felt like I needed to, it was on my heart to put it out there and just let you guys know what I felt about the topic. Because, I've had multiple people kind of ask me my thoughts, and I've actually asked other people's thoughts, men and women. So I just want to kind of see, where people's heads were at. But for the most part, their thoughts are kind of in line with what mine are. So, of course, there's the world out there. So I'd love to hear what you have to say. So until next time, love and peace.